5 years ago, the people of a village called Berk used to be dragons' enemies. However, a young boy named Hiccup and his dragon friend Toothless changed everyone's point of view and made peace between humans and dragons. Unfortunately, in this attempt, Toothless lost his wing and Hiccup lost his foot. This wasn't the happy ending because new secrets are going to unfold and new villains are coming towards Berk. At first sight, Berk may look like a regular village, but it accomplished something no one could. It's the peaceful relations with deadly dragons. Life here is amazing here. Unlike other folks who enjoy hobbies like whittling or needlepoint, Berkians enjoy dragon racing. In this sport, the dragon riders chase to catch as many sheep as possible. But if you want to win, you must catch the black sheep. The village chief, Stoik, is looking at the match with great interest, but he still wishes that his son, Hiccup, has joined it too. After a close chase, a female warrior named Astrid wins the race. Stoik is really happy for her, as she is Hiccup's beloved girlfriend. Meanwhile, Hiccup is busy exploring the world with his night fury dragon named Toothless. He believes that his hard work has paid off, and Berk is now almost a perfect place to live. While riding the dragons, the world looks a whole lot bigger. Beside being a dragon rider, Hiccup is also an inventor. He wants to check his latest invention, but Toothless is scared of failure. Hiccup gives a shot anyway and jumps off the dragon. He opens his artificial wings and starts gliding in the air. At first, the experiment goes smoothly, but Hiccup starts losing balance as he encounters obstacles in his way. Toothless rushes to save him, and they both crash down on the ground. Hiccup enjoyed the ride, but Toothless is angry at the reckless behavior and asks for an apology. After making up to Toothless, Hiccup sits down to draw on his map. He keeps adding every new land he explores. Astrid finally reaches him and asks why he skipped today's dragon race. Hiccup tells her that his dad said something that made him run away. He woke up in a good mood, but as soon as he sat on the breakfast table, Stoik announced his retirement, and he wants Hiccup to take his place. He's going to be the next chief of Berk. Astrid gets really happy to hear this and wonders why Hiccup ran away. Hiccup believes that being the chief and ruling a village is something his dad does, and Hiccup is not like him. He is still searching for his purpose, and he believes it is definitely somewhere out there, so must keep exploring. Astrid tells him that he is thinking too much, and nothing is out there. As she says that, a smoke appears in the sky. The both riders go to investigate what happened. They find a weird-looking ice crystal in the middle of the sea, and it seems that the crystal's cut into a boat. Suddenly, a net is thrown on Astrid's dragon stormfly. A few men step forward and accuse Hiccup and Astrid of being dragon thieves. Someone took away their dragons last night and also destroyed their ship. Hiccup tries to explain that he is not the thief, but the men don't listen to him. They are dragon trappers who catch dragons and deliver them to their leader, Drago Bludvist. He needs dragons to build his army. When the trappers refuse to cooperate, Hiccup uses Toothless to distract them and runs away with Astrid and Stormfly. They head straight to the village and try telling Stoik about what they saw today. Stoik keeps ignoring them and talks about the responsibilities Hiccup must take over soon. But when Hiccup takes Drago's name, Stoik is left in shock. He immediately orders to close all gates and forbids anyone from stepping out until further orders. Stoik tells Mark that Drago is a madman without conscience or mercy. Hiccup suggests talking to Drago and changing his mind, but Stoik believes that some minds can't be changed. As the chief of the village, it's Hiccup's duty to give priority to his land. Hiccup doesn't agree and escapes while Astrid follows him too. They head to the trapper's ship and Hiccup surrenders. He wants the trappers to take him to Drago so he can talk to him. Suddenly, the other young riders of Berk reach there, followed by Stoik and his army. They capture the trappers and tell Hiccup to give up on his idea of making peace with Drago. Stoik saw that man only once, but never forgot. There was a gathering of chieftains to discuss the dragon scourge they all faced. Into their midst, a stranger came from a strange land. He was covered in scars and draped in a cloak of dragon skin. He carried no weapon and spoke softly, saying that he, Drago Bludvist, was a man of the people who is devoted to freeing mankind from the tyranny of dragons. He claimed that he alone could control the dragons and keep us safe if we chose to bow down and follow him. But everyone made fun of him and refused. As he left, the place was attacked by dragonfire breath all of a sudden. Everything burned down and Stoik was the only survivor. Hiccup is still not afraid to meet Drago and he flies away with Toothless. Stoik sends his people back to the village while he goes after Hiccup along with his friend Gobber. Stoik believes that Hiccup is just like his late mother, who was also stubborn and persistent to bring impossible changes. Gobber advises Stoik not to worry as Hiccup has a night fury to protect him. Even if he finds Drago, he will be protected by his loyal Toothless. On his way, Hiccup encounters a masked rider who kidnaps Hiccup and his dragon. When he finally opens his eyes, Hiccup finds himself trapped among hundreds of dragons. Hiccup uses his tricks to communicate with the dragon and convince them not to attack him. The masked person is surprised at Hiccup's ability and she takes off her mask. It's a woman named Valka. She looks closely at Hiccup and recognizes him. She is Hiccup's mother, whom everyone thought was dead. Valka gives a big smile and takes Hiccup to the hidden land of dragons. It's a heavenly place full of dragons. When everyone thought she died, Valka was here for the past 20 years. She rescued hundreds of dragons and brought them to this safe place. She asks Hiccup if he is angry at her for not finding him soon. But Hiccup understands that the cause is worth it. He introduces his dragon friend and also tells Valka that everyone in Berk has a dragon now. Valka refuses to believe that as she saw the worst. Valka had accepted that just a few like her and Hiccup are born different and others will never accept peace with dragons. That's why she never tried to return. 20 years ago, Berk was the land of kill or to be killed. Valka always wanted peace, but it was an unpopular opinion. One night during a fight, a dragon broke into her house and reached Hiccup, but he didn't harm the baby. Valka realized that she was right about dragons. Suddenly, Stoik reached there and started a fight with the dragon. The house almost fell down and killed her family, but the dragon escaped before that and took Valka with him. Everyone thought she was eaten by the dragon, but she reached here, in the home of the great Bewilderbeast. It's an alpha beast, and a very few of such dragons exist. It builds nests for the dragons and protects them from intruders. All the dragons here live under his care and command, except the babies, as they don't listen to anyone. Valka suddenly asks if Hiccup is hungry, as it's dragon's feeding time, and it's something Hiccup may have not seen before. Meanwhile, Astrid is worried for Hiccup and believes that he is caught by Drago. She takes one of the trappers named a rat and threatens him to tell the location of Drago. She takes her friends and heads to face the Drago. Unaware of that, Hiccup is enjoying the feeding time of dragons. They don't hunt. Bewilderbeast dives in the water and thousands of fish come out by themselves. Seeing Hiccup's amusement, Valka offers him a ride around the mountains. While riding the dragons, she feels alive and free. Hiccup also feels the same, but he has another trick. Hiccup jumps down and pulls out his artificial wings. He falls down after a while, but enjoys the flight. Valka is really delighted to see that Hiccup is just like her. Even when she was away, her son took after her. Now she wants to make up for the 20 years Hiccup spent without her. They can work together to make the world a safer place for the dragons. Valka has learned many tricks and secrets, and she is willing to teach them to her son. Hiccup agrees and believes that Valka and him can also convince Drago, but Valka believes Drago is an exception. He will not bow to anyone. Despite the danger, Astrid and her friends reach Drago's ships. Eret shouts and grabs Drago's attention. He is expecting a reward for bringing the dragons, but Drago refuses to do that. Astrid warns Drago to let them go, otherwise Hiccup, the Dragon Master, will come with his Night Fury to kill all the enemies. Drago isn't afraid at all and decides to attack Berk once he captures all the dragons from the dragon nest. Astrid refuses to accept defeat and tells her team to get ready to escape. As Eret didn't get his reward, he also helps the dragon riders and they succeed in escaping. Meanwhile, Stoik has found his son and wants to take him back home. But he stops on seeing Valka in front of him. She thought that Stoik must be angry and upset, but he is really delighted to see her beautiful wife alive. They all get back in the nest and start preparing lunch. Hiccup continues telling her mother how much Berk has changed. Now she can move back in with the dragon and Drago will not stand a chance against them. Valka stays quiet as she still feels a little awkward on seeing her husband after such a long time. To break the ice, Stoik starts singing their favorite song. Valka also remembers the lyrics and they sing and dance together in joy. Afterwards, Valka agrees to go back to Berk. The beautiful moment is ruined when the ground suddenly starts shaking. It's Drago and his army. He keeps hitting the mountain so the Bewilderbeast comes out. Drago has brought another alpha and it takes down Bewilderbeast. The new alpha controls the dragons now and Drago is the one who is controlling the alpha. He proceeds towards Hiccup and mocks him as the useless dragon master. Hiccup asks why he is doing this and Drago shows that his arm is cut off. It happened during a war with dragons that also took away Drago's family, so he decided to conquer dragons with dragons. Hiccup accuses Drago of lying. He doesn't want to rule dragons. He wants to use them to rule the world. Drago accepts that and asks Hiccup to give up. Drago orders the alpha to control Toothless and make him attack Hiccup. Toothless is not in senses and attacks Hiccup. Stoik gets in the way to save his son, but he sacrifices his own life. Valka rushes there too and can't believe her eyes. She had just met her husband after such a long time, and now she lost him again. Toothless and other dragons are taken away by Drago, and he heads to Berk. Hiccup completes the rituals for the funeral and apologizes to his father's soul. Hiccup believes that he is not the chief Stoic wanted him to be, and neither the peacemaker he thought he was. Seeing his frustration, Valka comes to talk to him. Hiccup was born immature and she considered him weak and fragile, but Stoic knew his son will be the strongest Viking one day. Valka believes that Stoic was right. Hiccup is special and he is the only one who can bring the world of humans and dragons together. Hiccup feels motivated and decides to head back to save Berk. All the dragons may be under the control of Alpha, but the baby dragons are still here as they don't listen to anyone. They are difficult to ride, but Hiccup has no other option. He reaches his village and asks his friends to distract Drago so he can get Toothless. Drago tells him to give up as Toothless is under the control of the Alpha. Hiccup believes in his friendship and asks Toothless to recognize him. Their bond is so strong that Toothless eventually breaks out of the Alpha's control. Hiccup uses him to attack Drago and tell him to give up. Drago gets enraged and orders the Alpha to throw an ice blow. Hiccup and Toothless are frozen under the ice crystal, and the villagers lose their hope. Suddenly, a blue light glows in the crystals and they shatter. One should never underestimate the power of a Night Fury. Toothless continuously attacks the Alpha and shows that he is an Alpha himself. The other dragons also leave the Alpha's side and join Toothless. Now he is the leader of the dragons. The Alpha and Drago leave, and Berk is saved. They honor their new chief Hiccup and bow to him. Hiccup builds a statue to pay tribute to his father's sacrifice. He had refused to become the chief because he was afraid that he was not as capable as his father. But now he has proven that he is a true Viking and the great dragon master. Physical appearance and strength is not everything. One must have a strong mind and a determined heart to prove his worth.